Hi everyone. I'm trying to connect with the chat and of course letting people time to come in. Okay, I think I have the chat. Hi Joanne or Joan, I'm sorry if I'm not pronouncing it right. I'm going to try and change a little bit. I hope now you will see better. Okay, so I've got something to drink and I've got my stuff already, and now I'm just waiting for people to come in. Can Okay, so I'll just talk about this one at first, and this is basically flower of life, a mandala. It doesn't have to be a mandala. And this one I've done on, I think it was a 12 by 12 scrapbook paper. A lot of times I will use scrapbook paper to do mandalas on, and I'm using the ugly ones that every pack has an ugly one, and then I'm just using the back of it to do mandalas. I just like the size that can be done on top of a 12 by 12. It doesn't have to be a 12 by 12 scrapbook paper, it can be any other paper. Today I've prepared this paper to do the flower of life mandala. This is just a 240 gram paper that I took out of a paper pack and just cut to size. Again, doesn't have to be 12 by 12, can be any square that you want, and I will talk about sizes in a minute when other people will join in and the chat doesn't move. So once again I need to see what's going on. Hi Brenda. Okay, last time the chat worked fine. I hope today also. Okay, so that's one that I made, and I just colored it with regular felt markers, pens, whatever you call them, cheap ones from the cheap store. This is it. I didn't do anything special here, and we are going to do I will show you how to do the flower of life, and time permitting, and it depends how long I can last, maybe even coloring, and we'll see where it goes. So that's the mandala that I've already done. I've done is in the past several more, but that's the only example that I have right now to show. This is just a template because I always like to have a template, and then I can just have fun with it, and I don't have to do it over and over again. But you don't have to do a template. My templates, I'm always doing it on tracing paper. That's how I work, and it makes my life easier. But again, really up to you if you want to create a template. And if you are not sure about, it's also easier to do a template. Even if you are not sure that you will use it again, it's easier because it's easier to make here mistakes and erase them, and when you are finished, then to transfer whatever into your page. But doesn't have to be like that. So as I said, this is a 12 by 12 240 gram paper, and most of the time I will take, let's take one, let's see, just for the example, like this is a 12 by 12 scrapbook paper, and there are always some ugly ones. For me, this is an ugly one, so I like to do my mandalas on the other side, as long as the paper is good. If the paper is thin, I don't use it. If the paper is good, I will use it to do mandalas on top. And you don't have to, again, don't have to be 12 by 12. And if you are using scrapbook paper, check. They are not created equal. They say it's 12 by 12, but I have had experience that they were not exact, and it wasn't 12 by 12. So just check that you have basically a square. It doesn't have to be 12 by 12, but it's easier when you make it on a square. Okay. No, the chat just doesn't work again. If I don't have an active chat, then what is the point of live? Hi, Celine. The name of the mandala is Flower of Life. This pattern is called the Flower of Life. Okay, so we are starting with the square, and as I said, it can be any size that you want. The first thing that you need to do basically with every mandala is to find the center point, and I'm taking a ruler, and the easiest way to do the center point is to do diagonal lines from corner to corner, and where they are intersecting, that would be the center point. Now if I'm doing a regular mandala, I will do the whole diagonal line, because then it would be part of the grid that will help me do a mandala. This time I don't need it, so I'm just going to do a very light line with my pencil here in the middle, and then I'm going to take again from corner to corner and a very faint line. So here is the center of this square. Don't know how much of it you can see. Maybe I need to use a darker pencil. It's white and it's a problem with, but here is the center line, okay? Now, the other thing that you need to do to help you build this pattern of the flower of life is you need a center line. On the center line, we are going to start building the circles that will be like the spine of the whole pattern. So now I'm just going, because I know it's a 12 by 12, I'm just going to mark at the center 6 inches and 6 inches, and I'm going to draw the line. I'm doing it faintly because I don't want it to score my paper, and I want it to later on to erase it, that it would be easier to erase. So that's the spine of the whole pattern. On top of this, you are going to start building the pattern. Now, I'm doing it with a compass, and if you are having trouble using something like this, there is another way to go about it. For me, it's not easier. You can decide that you use something like that, any kind of a circle, any circle object that you want in the size that you want. Of course, you need to decide how large your mandala is going to be, and then you need to see how many circles will enter from side to side on this center spine. That's what I'm going to call it. I'm sorry, I don't have another word for it, because if I will take something big like this, and this will be the starting circle, I will probably can only have just 2 more, and then I won't have enough of pattern. I like to have 5. That's how I've made this, and that's how I made this. But basically what it's going to be is, no matter which size you decide, let's take something darker so you will see what I'm talking about. You have the spine, and no matter the size that you have from here to here, here is the center point, you need to decide, or you need to see that how many circles will get in, and they are overlapping. Now, any pattern of the flower of life will create, if you will put lines, when you finish it, you will have an hexagon. Hexagon? Yep. Let's see. You can hardly see it here because I didn't color it symmetrically, and I also continued the design outside of the hexagon that is created by the circles. I'm going to just put here the rulers so you can get what I'm talking about. Basically, there is an hexagon here. So no matter how many circles you will make, depending on uh, the circles that you are drawing, and depending on the size of your page, you will get and this is an hexagon, right? I hope I'm right. I wasn't planning on doing geometry live. Okay, so I've got the center point, I've got this line, which is the center, and I'm going to start now. I think I will do the same size, just so I won't do anything. Yeah, I think this is enough in size. Let's see. I didn't measure it, so let's see. In centimeters, it's almost 3.5 centimeters. In inches, it's like 1 and 3. I don't know. 1 inch. It's a little bit less than 1.5 inch. Okay, so we are starting here and drawing the circle. Now, a lot of times I find it that it's just easier to hold it and move my page, okay, instead of trying to go with my hand in all directions. It's a lot of time, it's just easier to do it like this. I'm trying to do it very slowly, first of all, because even that I've done this pattern a lot of times, I still make mistakes, and also that if you are trying to do it with me, then you can do it with me as long as I'm going slow. Okay, let's see. Now is the I need to remember. Let's see. Okay, so I need that the point of the pencil will touch here, and I need the leg or the needle to be on our center spine, okay? And that's what will make the next circle. Putting it like here, like this. I think I've made a mistake, you see? Let's see, yeah, I probably did. Yeah, I've done it. I've missed all, only started, and here is the mistake. And oh, before I forget, there are I think I'm almost 100% sure there are patterns, free patterns of Flower of Life that you can just print and use. But I just like to make it, and it's part of make each mandala is something that mostly relaxes me. Not when I have to measure, but but still, it's so I'm taking my time, and I'm not worried even when I'm making a mistake. So I'm just trying to see where did I. This was the center, and how did I make a mistake? I don't know. Let's see again. Yep, something's not right. And I've put this. Let's see. This is the center. I was right. Next circle is here. So why doesn't it work? I know, I know. I don't need this. This is what's making me. Here we go. This was just so I can find the center point. That's what's giving me trouble. I hope you have some patience. If not, just wait for the end of the live and sit in your own pace and just play it forward. Just skip ahead. Okay, once again, let's see. Okay, how did I manage to to make this mess? Oh boy. That's the center. It's probably staring me right in the face, and right now I can't remember how to go about it. And I've done the pattern just yesterday. For God's sake. And the live is not working. There are some days that things don't work. Let's see. Once again, trying to get the live, the chat. Hi, Anita. Okay. So I'm going to stare at it for just a minute and see where did I make the mistake and how do I place my second circle. How do I do it? Go grab something to drink. Knit a sweater until I figure this out. Oh boy. It's supposed to be. Yeah, that's what I've done. I don't know. Okay, I'm just gonna try something. Okay. But now I need another one. No. Okay. Okay, I think, let's see. No. 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 Just no. I don't know what is going on. Maybe my brain decided to stop working. Okay, I think I've got it. Okay, so this was the first one, the center one. And something just got mixed in my brain. I'm just putting the needle on the outside of the circle and on the line and making the second circle. And once again on the line, and this is the third circle. So now again, let's see. This is the third one. And now the fourth. Let's hope I'm not misleading you and something will come out of it. 1, 2, 3, I don't know. Okay. Once again, now for the bottom. Again, needle on the center line and where the circle is. And I'm going like this. Oopsie. Of course, I can also just flip the page. Once again, needle on the intersecting point here. Oops. Okay. And I'm doing another one. So once again, needle here, okay. Next, for the next row of circles, you are going to put, let's see, the on the intersecting in between two circles, you're putting down the needle and making a circle. Okay. Next, in between these two circles, it takes time to see, because the more you build the pattern, the harder it becomes to distinguish between circles. But now I'm again, the needle is on the point of intersecting two circles, and I'm making the circle. Okay, once again, just moving again and again between the intersecting between the circles. Now I can move on again and do another circles, but right now I'm not doing it. That's what will basically will create the hexagon. If you've got 5 circles here, then you will have 4 here and 3 and so on. Here I've done more because I didn't want to, because I want to build the mandala right now, and I don't want to see the hexagon. Right now I'm doing it like this so you can see what I'm doing. And again, this for this the next row of circles, I will put again the needle on the intersecting point between the two circles, and like this. Again, the more you do it, the easier it becomes, unless it seems a day goes by and I forget. Now you see, the more I do circles, there will be this emerging pattern of a flower. Okay, and sometimes when you are like missing a circle, just by the fact, if you don't see the flower, then you know that you are missing a circle, so it can always be fixed. Moving on to the next. I think I'll just continue the pattern because it would be easier. But you get what I mean. Here is just part of the hexagon. And again, what I've talked about, if I've got a part of a flower here, then I know that I'm missing a circle. Now you can, if you do want to leave it in a hexagon a shape and not a mandala, which will be a circle, then you can just make the lines that create the inside of this pattern. But it's really up to you. Okay. Now I'm going to do the same thing on this side. And of course I can still continue to do another row again, and I can also make decide on my outer line of mandala, so I will know up to where I'm doing this pattern. Let's say like this. Okay, so I've also got where my mandala is going to end, and I know that I don't need what's sticking out of this. But right now it's just making the lines with this, just making the inner circles that creating the pattern. So it's not that important. I have problem holding to the compass. Yeah, okay. Now, when you are getting towards the outer line of the mandala, you don't want to continue doing circles, you can always either find again an object that is the same size of the circles and complete some of the lines with this, or you can just by hand do it, because the pattern is basically the same again and again. So if I'm missing here one petal of the flower, I can do it by hand like this, or as I said, I can find a circle that corresponds with the size and just align it like this, and that's how I'm doing. Now it looks like a mess, but the more you do it, the better it will get, and it will make more sense. I've moved it. Okay, I'm going to continue doing I will try to do it quickly, the other circles. Okay, next. I'm sorry, but I am having trouble holding the compass. Quite boring, but after you have it and you get to be creative in coloring it, then the fun begins. And it can be a mandala and stay just as a mandala, and it can be a background. It doesn't have to just be a mandala if it's not something that interests you. It can be like, if this is, I can put something like that in a background, and I can take a stencil like this and even go outside of the circle, stencil it, and you will have something very beautiful. At least I think so. Oh boy. Okay, starting to take shape, which is good because my hand is really giving me trouble. Okay, almost. Oh, Probably would have been easier with just making the circles with this. Oh boy. Let's see. I'm just completing some of the circles that I didn't do. And it's easier for me just to see where the flowers are not complete, to know where I need to put another circle. And again, if you are doing it for the first time, it's a little bit difficult, but can be done. And again, if you don't want to deal with it, just go on Google, on Pinterest, and do a search for free printable flower of life. Almost. Again, if it's boring, feel free to watch how to do it later on when you can skip ahead. Okay, I'm missing here more. Oops, not the circle that I need. I hope I haven't done any other mistakes. Okay. Whew. Why do I pick this project? Why not pick up something easy? I'm just gonna finish this and I'm gonna check what is going on in the chat. I'm sorry I'm neglecting you. I really want to finish the pattern so we can get to the good stuff. Okay, let's see. Flower, flower, flower. Here I'm missing part of the flower. And something is a little crooked here. I'll fix it. Never mind. Okay. Flowers. All the flowers are here. Yeah. Okay. Let's see. I'm gonna try again the chat. Okay, let's see who I missed. Hi, Linda. Hi, Tamar. Hi, Kathy. Oh, it's very early in the morning for you, Kathy. Juanita. Hi, Betty. Beth Ann. All the Brendas. Okay, thank you for coming in. Now, we are taking a vote about coloring. It can be simple felt pens. It can be simple even crayons. It can be the Inktense pencils. It can be, I don't know, highlighters for all I care. So whatever you want, I can do it, unless it's something I will not color it with something like oil pastels because they don't have a point, and it would be really difficult to color inside this shape. So, but otherwise I'm open to suggestions of what you want to do, of what you want me to do. Which is great if the chat was working. Let's see. Brenda is saying markers. Kathy is saying markers also. Okay, I'm going to wait for other people to voice their opinion. And before, and I want to do something before I start coloring. Now, all kinds of options. Most of the time, I will use a black permanent marker to do the lines of the pattern. Sometimes I will use something like a gold marker or a silver marker, anything that is a permanent marker, not something that is water soluble. And it's just easier to see the pattern. And then after I'm doing all the lines of the pattern, I will just erase the pencil And a lot of times, even after I'm finished coloring the design, I will go back on top and go over the lines of the pattern. And it doesn't matter if it's the black permanent marker or gold or a silver. In this case, that I've only used regular felt pens, markers, whatever, I just went with a felt a marker on the lines. So it's also an option. Because I knew I'm going to color everything with the same markers, I didn't care. But if I'm going to do something like reactive, like watercolor pencils, then I need to put the lines with a permanent marker. Now you can, it depends on how you like to work. Sometimes I will not do it. I will start coloring and only afterwards I will do all the lines. But I prefer to do first the lines and only afterwards the coloring. Okay, let's see what else. Colored pencil, whatever your favorite medium. I don't have a favorite. Okay, first I'm going to take, let's see, what do I feel like? Black, gold, or silver? I haven't done a silver in a long time, so I'm going to do silver. Now, once again, I can do it by hand if I feel like it, or I can just use the circle from this or any other. It's really, again, whatever feels easier for you. Now, when I'm making mandalas, I'm not super concerned about accuracy. I like that there is a, let's say, a hint, or I don't know what to call it, done by hand and not by, I don't know, computer for that matter. Because otherwise, what is the point? So if my line is not as crisp, if I would have used something like that, it doesn't matter to me. Now you can hardly see it because it's a silver, basically gray, on top of the gray pencil. And I'm going over the lines. But it's here. Now, in terms of coloring, and it doesn't matter the medium that you pick, you can do symmetrical and you can go wild and pick whatever colors that you like and do your own thing. And here I didn't go symmetrical. I don't know if you can see it. The start, you can say that this is symmetrical because this circle is exactly the same thing all over. But when I went towards the outside, I started to change. It's like I didn't want everything to be completely the same. Don't know why, don't remember the reasoning, but I really like the effect. I don't know how much of it you can see, but it's there, it's subtle, but it's not, this is not symmetrical. Now, options are endless, okay? You can do 1/4 of this with blues, 1/4 with greens, 1/4 with yellows. You can decide half and half. You can decide to color the flowers in one color and all the other shapes in between in other colors. You can do so many things with this pattern just by deciding what to pick and where to put each color. I can do like 100 of this pattern, and each time it will be different. Most likely I'm not going to do this one in symmetrical coloring. I'm thinking of picking several flowers on the design, color them in one color, and I want them to be more noticeable. I want them to be, for the sake of this explanation, there will be a, let's say, they're going to be the focal point, okay? If you're using this is the signal Uniball signal silver marker. If you are using something like this, or the gold or the white, or even you can use Posca markers, make sure that you give it like a second to dry out and that your hand is not going on top of it so it won't smear. Another thing is, when you are going to erase the pencil lines, make sure that it's dry, especially if you are using something like this that is mostly like gel pens, which are another option for doing the lines. I'm trying to go from right to left so my hand won't go on the wet ink. And sometimes when I'm getting tired, the line is a little bit more wobbly, but I don't care. Again, I like that it looks made by hand. And not something printed. Even if I would print the design and not do it myself, I would probably take a black marker and go over the lines of the pattern so it would look more organic, because to me it looks more organic. Again, it's just me. For all those with OCDs out there, that you can do whatever you want and you can do it very precise and symmetrical. I have some. I think there is some mistake here, but I don't care. I'm just doing the petals of the flowers, and whatever will be will be. This is the coloring is a very good exercise in creativity. I don't know what to call it. When I was a kid, we had, at least I had, and my mom kept buying me. We had coloring pages. I think I still have them. Let's see. These are old, this kind of coloring pages, and they were, the pattern kept repeating. You had like, I don't know, 10 or 15 designs in each one of these, and each time, just by coloring different areas, you created a different pattern. Each time it would be different. This is very, very old. Let's see. 1979, that old. So you see, and I used to do so many of these coloring books. Let's see. I'm trying to see if this also says 1975. You see, you can each time decide on something else and create all kinds of designs each time. And even if you do the same design and just change the colors, it becomes a different thing altogether. Okay. Hi, Melissa. Eve or Evie. Yes, I still have them. Okay. Still got a lot to go. Forgot here. You see? There is also always one missing. Let's see. Do you see the shimmer? I'm wondering if you can see with this light. And then when I'm finished, I will still have to erase the pencil lines. But at least This, you can see why I'm always making a template so that I can keep, because the next time I will want to do it, I can just trace it and I don't have to struggle again remembering where to put the compass and create the pattern. Always good to make a template. You think you will never do it again, and then you do it. Oh, I see someone else has the alters coloring books. Oh, the 70s. I still remember when you came into our house, my parents' house, there was like the what it's called, the foyer, the hall, the entering hall had one wall colored with dark orange. Oh my God, it was like on your retina forever. Even years later, it was white, and they kept coloring it white, and still, no matter what, each time I would look at that wall, I was sure I was seeing orange, dark orange. And we had um, curtains with all kinds of, oh my God, the ugly colors of the 70s. It was some shades of brown with the same dark orange, and some the avocado green. Oh my God. At least we didn't have the avocado green refrigerator. My grandma had one, and she also had a matching table with avocado green for Micah. Oh my God. It was awful. My room was done, well, the furniture were white and red. That was most of us girls had. But the curtains, it was, there was like dark maroon, some purple, and bright red, bright orange, bright yellow. Oh, and the pattern, gee, awful, just awful. Do you remember almost everything was like coated in formica with ugly colors, or with like a fake wood pattern? Yuck. And the phones were still attached to the wall. I see. You also commiserating with me about the colors of the 70s. I so hated the curtains and the fabrics that were everything was made of was horrible. Everything was like itchy. Not only curtains, even the clothes. And they were still knitting us sweaters, and the wool was itchy. Not what we have nowadays. And things weren't stretchy like nowadays. I need to find a photo from my childhood, and if you see my room, oh my. The white and red formica. Blah. And it was considered very beautiful. Oh, I also had a rug with the same colors that were in the drapes, in the curtains. Also horrible. And my mother loved that color. Years and years later, she still liked orange and green together. The most, I don't know what to call it, the most ugly shades of orange and green together. That's what she liked. Itchy and scratchy, right. Yeah, orange and green should never be seen together. I think it depends on the shade, but definitely not what was in the 70s. I think I'm done. Hip hip. Hooray! Okay. Let's do some erasing. Not a lot. I'm erasing mostly where, well, inside the pattern. Otherwise, I really don't care. I just don't want to lines that I don't want to pick through what I'm coloring. So otherwise, it really doesn't matter. Okay, we've got it at last. So let's see. I'm thinking we are going with regular markers because it's easier, it's cheap, everyone can have cheap markers, felt pen markers, whatever you call them, and also there will not be, we won't need to wait for something to dry, and we won't need to try and wait for mixing the colors and whatever. Now I'm just going to take a piece of white paper because felt pens never, just never what they seem on the outside. So I will always check first the color that something is giving me. I like the color, okay, I can do something. So I'm just picking a flower and I'm starting to color it. And I'm not going to color the whole petal with the same color. Let's take something else. Yes, I know I'm picking a pink, although this is, well, as long as it's not Barbie pink, I'm okay. Let's see, maybe this one. This is dry. Bye bye. Oh, I've gotten more. I've got this set also. Let's see. Yeah. Okay, so that's one flower. So what I'm going to do is just continue doing the other petals the same way. And again, I'm not going for symmetry, and I'm very free with the coloring. I want to pick at least 3 flowers inside this pattern, and the rest will be the background for that matter. Let's see, let's take this one or this one. Yeah, I'm going to take this one. I'm thinking these 3 flowers and the rest in all kinds of shades of blue and green. Maybe I will add something as I go along, I don't know. Not planned. And let's see which I'm going to take. No, this one is still center, so I'm going to take this one. Okay. I'm going again and again just because it makes it more a, I don't know, a just more intense, and there is a little bit more blending in between the 2 colors. I'm not trying to blend them as disappearing in between. I just so there will be more, I don't know what to call it. Okay, 3 flowers, which now I'm thinking, don't know why, but I'm thinking of more flowers, maybe in very light yellow. And maybe not even a complete flower, and just something that would pick, like if I will decide on a flower that is a little bit off the edge. I'm thinking. Let's do it. Whatever will be, will be. Okay, so this is a little bit more of an orange than the dark yellow that I wanted, but that's okay. Again, it's not planned. It's something that I decide as I go, and that's it. Another one here. For me, it's part of the fun, especially with mandalas. Rarely I am having an idea and I'm sticking to it. It develops as I go. One here or one here. Let's do this one. Okay. Now I need to find get in, for God's sakes. Let's see. Maybe this yellow. No, don't like it. Next. Maybe. Yeah, that's good enough. You can color this kind of mandala even with acrylics. It depends of how you like to work, but you can do it with acrylics, with watercolors, depending on what you like. You can even do a, like I can do the flowers now with the felt pens, and then I can decide that all the other background, all the other pattern will be in watercolors. It doesn't have to be all made with one medium. Okay, so I'm thinking of picking all kinds of greens to do like a hint of leaves, and then all the other colors will be shades of blue. The whole room in mustard? Oh my God. I go just with white, and then all the accessories are in a color that I like. So if I'm getting tired of a color, I can just replace all the accessories. Let's see what's going on. Oh, I missed a lot in the chat. Okay. Hi, Elson. Melissa. My take at the lake. Yes, no, I'm also jealous. Okay, what else did I miss? I'm just reading what's going on in the chat. Maybe I will take this opportunity to drink something. Barbie pink. Blah. It's not perfect. And if you go to the beginning, you will see that I forgot how to do it for a little while. I don't I don't care if mustard is in. It will never be on my walls. I like ochre, but I will not put it on my walls. Okay, I think I'm caught up with the chat. So, you know what? Let's switch for the leaves, for the grains, for something else. I'm I'm making a go at it just so you will see all kinds of stuff on that can be used. Let's see what I've got. I'm bringing in highlighters, which anyone can find in office supply. Markers for the green. Yeah, highlighters. And the blues are maybe I will go with maybe then I will use the pencils if I can last. Okay, now I just need to pick random, again, random shapes for the leaves. And let's see. Okay. Again, I'm picking random shapes on the pattern. I hope I'm in frame because once again, too much stuff is here on the desk. Okay, picking another green. Just so it would be more interesting. Now, depending on your on the paper that you're working on, if you're working on watercolor paper, you most of the time, not all the time, most of the time, felt pens and highlighters can be activated with water and create a watercolor effect. So just to consider. And now I'm picking another, and random, and now I'm doing it with this color. Mm, 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 mm. And where else? For me, this is so relaxing. I can do it for a long, long time. Let's see. Yep. I'm thinking if I need more green on here, or just leave it be and everything will be in all kinds of blue. I'm checking the chat. Okay. Maybe. Let's see if it's. That's an interesting color. Maybe I will add this because I can. I don't know. I'm having fun. And I don't want too much of just blue. I want more interest, so I'm adding this color. And also, even in each one of these shapes, you can still go in and add interest if that's what you want. It doesn't have to be one color. It doesn't have to be two colors. I can take a marker and do all kinds of doodling inside if that's what I like. So you can do all kinds of things. Maybe here I'll just do two. Doesn't have to be in threes. And here Okay, switching to blue. Now I'm thinking that maybe I'll do some, because I'm thinking random, not going in any kind of pattern with the blues. Or maybe go with a pattern, with a symmetrical pattern, like, no, I want to go wild. So I'm going to do some with the markers, some with felt pens, some with the pencils, and whatever will be, will be. That's it. That's what I've decided. And let's see. Or maybe wondering here. Maybe the flowers in light blue and all the in between with dark blues. Yeah, maybe. We'll see. Maybe even purple. I don't know. Light purple, not something that would be too much here. I'm going about it quite randomly, just so you will know. I'm thinking, let's see how does this look. Yeah, I like this color. There is no rhyme or reason. It's really just random. Wherever I feel like putting the color. So let's see. A little bit neony, but okay. And it's dry. Never mind. To the trash. I think I have another one. Let's see. No, not here. Also dry. Trash. Okay. Looks like a mess right now, but hoping that everything will come about nicely when I'm finished. Don't know if I can finish it today or tomorrow for that matter. It, when I thought of doing this, I was going for subtle. That was the original thought of doing this, but then I come to do it, and I am going all out with the colors. I really like this color, so I'm thinking of just adding more of it. Okay, let's find another color. Wait. Let's see. Oh, maybe this one. Dry. Bye bye. Nope. I am tempted, I don't know why, but use something like this. Neutral color, I'm not sure. No. Enough is enough. Mm, I'm just reading the chat. Most of the time, people think I have a really weird sense of humor. But it is what it is. Again, I'm trying to, what can I say, distribute each color randomly. I don't want it to create a pattern. I want a lot of shades of light blue, at least on what creates the flower pattern, and in between will be again all kinds of dark blue. That's the only thing that I'm going for right now. You should place bets if I can survive it. I'm thinking I'm going to use more grain in the background. Bye, Evie. Bye, Melissa. If you have questions, now is the time to ask me while I'm coloring. I don't have anything to explain here. Just again and again, same thing. Oh, you're still here? Okay. I thought you were also saying bye. Mm, I'm feeling like I'm neglecting you by not speaking. How many markers do you need from Amazon? And don't you have it in any, I don't know, local office supply store? Amazon is not cheap. Almost. Mm. Yeah. Okay. So now I'm going to move on to dark blues and maybe a hint of a purple. And for that, I'm going to go and use my ink dance pencils. But I'm just going to move some of this, otherwise I will not have enough space to work. And again, don't know how much I can last in terms of the hour. Okay. Yay, found my desk again. Okay, let's see. I will need water and starting with something. I'm thinking I have a little bit of, no, I don't care. You know what? It's like a little bit here is missing. I don't care. I'm thinking of going, this is quite a dark blue. It's the hour. I'm sorry. And I'm thinking of doing it on all the areas that are close to the edge of my circle. And I think it will give it like a frame. Now you can do each area and then activate it. You can do all the areas with the pencil and then activate it. It's really up to you how you like to work. And again, you don't have to use watercolor pencils. I could have finished the mandala with dark blues with just the felt pen. So, but I decided to use all kinds just so you can see that it could be done, it can be done. And You don't even have to have the ink tens because they are very expensive. It can be any watercolor pencils. If you want, color the whole mandala with Crayola crayons or something like that. So, because I don't think I will be able to finish this mandala today, I'm thinking I will start with just part of it so you can see what is going on, and the rest I will do off camera at my own time whenever. I don't know. Okay, let's pick a brush, watercolor brush, water. There is one hair here. It's giving me trouble. Again, it doesn't have to be one color, it can be two colors. Right now, I think for just the edge, it's good enough. I don't need another color in the mix. I'm mostly doing it as like framing the whole thing. Okay. Too much water. And most likely when this is finished, I will go again with the silver marker and go over the lines, because it just finishes everything nicely. And that's how you don't need to worry too much about being perfect coloring. I hope I'm not moving the camera. Okay. This takes time. So that's the beginning, and that's what I'm going to do, the whole shapes that are close to the edge, and just going to play with the colors. I can decide that now the next um, shapes will be in another shade. I can do random again. Not sure yet. Um, let's take this one. We'll see. I'm just gonna do several more shapes just so you will see part of the mandala almost finished. Okay. Even now I can decide to change and do like half with this blue colors and half with a dark green colors. It really is so, there are so many options. It's really up to you to decide and play with it. If you are not feeling quite sure, as I said, just print a ready-made pattern or coloring, whatever, a free printable, and just try each time something else. Yeah, starting to take shape. Okay. I'm done. I'm cooked. I'm overcooked. Okay, let's see what's going on in the chat. Yeah, it's almost 2 a.m. Oh my god. Yeah, I'm thinking about the purple. I'm not sure yet. Maybe it will transform as I go into purple. I'm not sure. And this will have to wait for another day. It just changes as it goes. That's the beauty of it. You don't have to stick to something. I can change my mind so many times during making this, so and the outcome will be different completely. Keep the blue. We'll see. Maybe I'll keep the blue, maybe I will just add a hint of purple. I don't know. I have this very light purplish, bluish purplish color here. So maybe a hint of purple inside. I can also take purple, and even after I activated, I can just add a little bit to the edge and give it a hint of purple and activating. It doesn't have to be one color. You see, I'm activating the purple. I will try and bring it close to the camera and maybe you will see. And I'm just blended it in. Don't know how much of it you can see, but I can always just add a hint of color. Okay, so that's it for today, tonight, tomorrow, whatever you want to call it. I really appreciate the Aussies. I don't know how you got up so early to watch this. Beyond me. I'll try and finish it by Monday. Usually Monday I'm doing another video and I'll try to finish it by Monday so you can see the result. Not even sure yet what I'm doing on Monday. I'm thinking of using again, I've got so much paper bags, so I'm thinking an art journal page with a background just from the brown paper of the paper bag. And I'm also planning on using a lot of paper bags to make a journal because I haven't done in a long time journal on paper bags, and I really like it. I really like the paper, so that's another thing. Maybe I'll do both. I don't know. At the same video. Okay, so thank you all. Thank you for coming in whatever hour it's at your end of the world. It's great that you are here. I'm not talking to myself. So I'll be seeing you in my next video. Bye.